does it feel? And I mean, you should all take a bow right now, just like this, because I'm not joking. I'm not messing with you. You're the cool kids now. I was at church this weekend for Easter. And a young lady whose family I know, she was away at college, but I guess she came back for the Easter holiday and came to the church. A young lady I know. I'm not going to say her name because liberals will hunt her down and stalk her for the rest of her life because they're crazy lunatics. But she came back and, she was having some doubts, I think, about her position in the movement or whatever it may be. Good conservative young lady. And I said to her, I looked her in the eye and I said, please, don't give up and don't give in. I'm like, we're the real renegades now. We're the misfits. We're the land of misfit toys. We're the counterculture revolution. It takes no bravery whatsoever to be a liberal on a college campus. None. Matter of fact, it takes nothing but cowardice. It requires you to believe things you know are false just to be part of a lemming-like mentality with a cliff straight ahead. I said, please don't give up. I hope it worked. Whether it did, I don't know. But her, parents were a little worried. She's having doubts. We all have doubts. But to those younger kids on a college campus and to those 30, 40, 50, 60-year-olds, whatever, know this. You're the renegades now. It takes real smalls, family friendly, to be a conservative now in America. You're risking everything. Your money, your prestige, your job, your friends. You risk everything by standing up for freedom and liberty. The loser-like lemmings with the Borg mentality want nothing more than to be obedient slaves to their ideological masters. You're the one standing up as everybody genuflects down. You should be proud of that. It takes nerve and guts to do that. You're the misfits and the renegades now. Folks, we don't have the power. We don't have the money. We don't have power in academia. We don't have power in Hollywood. We don't have power in professional sports. We don't even have power in Washington, D.C. Even the Republicans, many of them are rhinos. But we do have one thing, and this is where tactic number 3 comes in. We have people, and we have a whole ton of people. About 75 million by my last count. That's a pretty big number. So let's go back to Saul Alinsky's rule numero uno. So important, he made it number 1. Power is not only what you have, but what the enemy thinks you have. Power is derived from 2 main sources: money and people. Have-nots, that's us, must build power from flesh and blood. You got to show up. You got to bring your flesh and show up. If we don't have the money, we don't have the cultural power, we don't have the institutional power in D.C., and we're going to be counterculture revolutionaries now, then you have to do something. You have to actually show up. So what better way, if we're not going to have the money and we're not going to be represented by people in the culture and academia, what better way to send a message to the destructive anti-American left than to do a Trump rally in Atlanta? Like now. Why wait? Remember, and Alinsky's other rule, any tactic that drags on becomes a drag. Do it now. We could use the president right now. President Trump should show up down in Atlanta and hold his first rally in a long time. It's about time. I don't think he should overdo it on rallies. I think he should make selective statements, but we're at an inflection point right now. And wouldn't it be amazing for President Trump to show up down in Georgia, bring all that money back into the state? I bet he gets 20, 30,000 people to show up down there and give a speech on how he supports Georgia and sound and free and fair elections in Georgia, and how it's incredibly racist to accuse black people of being too dumb to figure out what a driver's license number is. Wouldn't it be great to hear him say that? Because it's true. We're the renegades now. We're the misfits. And I got to tell you, it feels pretty good. There's nothing worse than being a Borg-like lemming, genuflecting before your ideological masters who tell you what to think. You're pathetic. You're pathetic. I laugh at you. I mock you. I'd rather be I'd rather be broke and destitute than be an ideological slave like you are to your masters telling you what to do every day. Your liberal cultural masters telling you what to do. It's pathetic. Think for yourself. Think for yourself. Support liberty and freedom. You can never go wrong. I promise you will never be on the wrong side of history.